Hey everybody, this is Jechta Plays, and today we're going to finish the Japanese boat. And yeah, as you maybe have seen the previous one, it was quite a challenge to be honest. And I'm pretty sure I could handle this one better, but I'm still not very happy with how the sides are looking. Like this is very looks so weird. So maybe we're going to fix that in this video a little bit better, so it doesn't look like it's cut off so weirdly. But I don't really think I can do that. I think that's it's how Dreams works in certain angles of when you're going to cut the sides, and I don't think I can fix this, to be honest. And I don't want to touch too much of this whole thing, even though if I change the angle of the cut, it's still there. So I will leave it like this. Let's paint. I'm going to use just like the default colors that Dreams has to offer, and let's see if we can make something cool out of it. So first I'm going to add like a base color, and I think I will go for this is going to be the base color. But the wood is going to be very light, so I'm going to paint very light texturing over the boat. And then we have to cut the cone. Make the cone very large. And then we're going to squeeze it. And then make the cone smaller again, so the size that I think should be fine. Then we're going to snap to the surface and turning my camera around, by the way. I kind of want to do it on this side here. And then we choose a lighter. I'm not going to do this because that's too much, so we have to lower the opacity as much as possible. And then just paint. And I think maybe best is to go into studio light so we can see what we are doing. I think I'm going a little bit smaller with my cone. The thing is with this shape is that because of it goes in so many different directions. Maybe a little bit more opacity, not too much, but enough to. Because I don't want to paint too long on this. Also, I have not really checked how much of the thermo, so let's do that right away. We're still in 1%, so thankfully. I'm not sure if we can sculpt it up more, having a little bit better looking sculpt, but I think that was already the max that I could go for. Okay, so I am painting in the mirror mode. It's very important, so I don't have to do the other side. But I think I'm also going to choose a color. Maybe I should not have used the base color so dark. To be honest. But I can always change that in the settings of the sculpture. And once we have done these sculpts eventually, we will put it into one of my test levels, see how it all looks. And if it looks okay, if I'm happy with the settings, then I will I want to say then I will release it, but I'm not going to release it. Then I'm going to get going to use this for Aria. Eventually, like speaking of releasing assets, I will eventually release my assets, but that will be after I have released the game itself. So you're not going to see much of my assets in the beginning. There is maybe a chance that I will sometimes release some assets here and there that I also using in the game Aria. So it's not that you have to wait completely too long. Some assets, for example, the assets that I'm going to use for, or that I have used for the Aria boot, you can use that yourself. I'm not going to put them into unlisted. I really want to let the people already use the assets for that. Okay, I do not really like the base color. I have to be completely honest. So let's see if we can tune that up a little bit. Doesn't really feel that I'm doing much at the moment. Like it doesn't. I'm not sure if it's because of the. I think that the base color is wrong. I'm really sorry. I have to go all the way back, and I hope I can go back. I should have saved this. I always forget to save. I hope we can go back because, like, I think that my base color should be lighter, so it's easier to work with. So we have like a lighter base painting, and then we're going to paint the wooden structure in darker. I think that's better. Let's hope I can go back as much as possible for this. Will be a while because like a paint. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here. Phew. Let's save. I have not saved yet, so let's save. Always a good thing to do. And I will call it Oriental Boat. And not because it's called like that, but for me easier to find eventually if I'm going to use all the assets for Aria. Because there will be different locations. No spoilers though. Okay. I will just make this large as possible. I don't want to reshape this. And then lighten this color up. So I think that this is going to be my base color. And then we can work around from here. Opacity as low as possible. Because like it doesn't want to paint, it looks like that. Like it doesn't want me, or I need to put the opacity a little bit higher. But like here, it looks like it wants to paint. But if I do it on this surface here, I don't see. Is it just me, or I mean, he does it a little bit, but it looks like he's not hitting the surface, but it should be because like it's what is that? Okay, I'm going to make this smaller. But what I have to do, and I hope I can still do that, is to make the color a little bit thicker. So I think that this will be a little bit better to. Now he's working. I think that like the cone was too small to registrating the paint. That was the issue, I think. I hope that was the issue. And once we have done the texturing, then I'm going to look if we have to make adjustments for the test level. And maybe we can add up some more props into this particular boat. And I might change a few appearances here and there. Okay, let's change the color. Let's pick this one. And try a little bit to move a little bit in the same direction as how the boat is shaped, because it's made out of wood, of course. Okay, it's not really like I'm not happy yet. I'm not really happy. And this boat is not going to be, this is only for decoration, to have something in the background, so we don't have to have like high detailed stuff going on. Like the distance is probably this, at max, that you're going to see the boat from. It's not that you're going to see this from this close, so we don't really have a higher sculpt or anything. That's also why most of my sculpts are 1%, and we still 1%, so that's fine. Let's see if we can rise up a little bit. I don't think so, but you never know. Well, we can. Okay, that was too much. Okay, we could rise up a little bit. So yeah, that's definitely good. We probably have to do that, like tone it down again, depending on how much long I need to paint. But that was definitely really nice that we could like at least tone it up a little bit more. I think I'm not going to do this in mirror modes, because that will look very weird if I do that. I think I'm going to change a little bit the opacity a little bit higher. Here it still doesn't want to make it straight. And I think it's because like the sculpt is so thin, he doesn't really want to registrating the. Okay, here he wants you to do that. And I'll just keep continuing until I am a little bit satisfied enough to release it as a prop. That's what is going to happen basically. And I'm not happy yet, so I'm just going to continue. I have to be careful for not painting too long as well, because that will rise up your thermal eventually. But I think that this is already pretty nice. And we can also like, I mean like we're not done yet, but like we still need to tweak the settings here. I kind of want to keep it a little bit shiny, but not too much, so 45. And maybe a tiny little bit of waxiness, 10 is fine. Not too much. So you have a little bit of like that wood kind of look. But that also depends on how it will look eventually in my game itself, so yeah, I need to change that a few times probably. Okay, a little bit darker. If he wants me to do this. Also the inside we need to do. Let me change the color a little bit. Like so. It's not the best wood technique. I mean, there are like other wood techniques you can do in Dreams. But for a low sculpt like this, I don't need that. Just keep an eye on the graphics. Yeah. I think I have it. Du- du- I know I don't do mirror modes, but I kind of want to like do a little bit of like changing the structure a little bit. Oh, and we need of course do this sides. I'm not saying that this is like the best boat sculpt ever. And especially like not the Japanese version. I mean, like the Japanese version is kind of like this, even though it has a little bit more points here. But the shape of this the Japanese ones are kind of like this. They have like really steep points where you can like hold, push them in the water. But yeah, I think that this is pretty much close to what the Japanese ones look like. I want to have that straight. There we go. Alright, I think I am done. I wish that I could fix this part. That like is not so ribbly. But I think that it's not really we can solve. They don't have rows, by the way. They have like one big long stick where they push themselves further in the water. That's how they did that back then, and still doing it. So I don't have to make those, and I can still make like the stick, but I kind of want to do that in a separate sculpt. I don't think that I need to do that in one sculpt as well. That doesn't make any sense if I ever planning to animate them. So that would not make any make any sense. Let's see if we can change the overall look of the boat itself. I think that I need to test him out, so I'm going to save it up, and then we place it again in the test level. Even though it's not really, yeah, it's a test level. I always use this level to test my assets in, but it's also just for like how it looks with all the colors and stuff like that. But this is actually just like a level you're going to play in. Okay, let's see how that thing looks. Okay. 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 So I think I already see what we need to do. Like the sculpt is too light. So we definitely need to make it a little bit darker. So I would say something like this. That would be a little bit better. Okay, so let's out. Go back to this sculpt. Make it darker. So save it again. Oh, oh. Oh wait, I can do this. And then go back into test area. Yeah, I think that is okay. That fits a little bit better. Everything. It's not really the best wooden structure texture, so to say. But it's definitely fine though. And we actually can just like say like if you wanna like change a few settings. You can also do not this. A little bit more loosiness. So it doesn't feel so strong into the world. You cannot do too much because that will be like something like that. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I think that we like you can still like play. I can still play around a little bit with the overall look of the bow. Like, do I need to make it darker or not? But I kind of like it. It's a little bit light over there. I know it doesn't make any sense here, but I just need to look. Go and play mode. See how it actually looks in the game itself. You probably have already, if you have seen the trailers and the trailer, you probably already have a little bit of like glimpse of this. We definitely need to change the sound of this because it's made out of wood, so we need to jump on it. You actually hear it's like you're going on a roof. On wood. I mean, I think maybe the whole structure, the color could be a little bit different because it's so mismatched on everything. So what we can do is go into this wheel and see if we can find also do this, not too much because like okay, the other way is this. Just finding a little bit like the best color matching. I'm not so sure. I think that like because like it looks too clean, right? Like the whole thing looks too clean. Like it's just like you have just bought the boat, and that's something that you should not do. So what you can do is make it more like painted in green and stuff like that, and make it more like it's been used a lot. But other than that, like, yeah, I don't really see much that we can do. like this, like soft wood, like dew wood color. I'm just looking at the color, so that's why I'm keeping it like here. To see if it like is just matching everything. But yeah, it's just like for background stuff. Maybe we're actually going to use one of them sometime. Someday, maybe, I don't know. Could be. But yeah, there's definitely needs to be some painting going on still on this one. That is for sure. Because like it really feels like it really feels like it's too clean. So I need to make it more more green, and I can do it in this particular example. I mean, I sometimes do that with my assets, just like in scene changing. For example. Maybe that's too... this one. Turn on the mirror modes. Oh, why I'm not seeing anything at the moment. I mean, you don't really have to do this, but like if you want to keep like a little bit like the boat has been worn and been used a lot in the past. Stuff like this. And also cut it maybe here and there a few out. I think that also what I'm also missing is, and I can do that in the original file, is to cut more the lines where the blanks are going. But now it feels like this boat has not been used for a while. It has not been cleaned for some time. Though it's still too light to my taste. Can't really find the right. The thing is that because like you zoomed out, like you get so less quality. strangely enough. Oh, this is too much. Yeah, okay, that's definitely something I need to tweak. I'm not going to do this in video because that's going to be very boring to watch. But there's definitely something that I need to tweak on that one to make it more realistic, or not realistic, but more like it fits into my level design. So yeah, it was like the second video of the basically to finish the boat, the Japanese boat. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe I will do another video in the future. I don't know when, how, what, but you're probably going to see if I upload a new video. So thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you next time. And don't forget to dream, everybody. Bye bye.